What's up guys, Metatrucks here. Today we're playing some ARK Survival Evolved again, and we're going to start up a new series called Tips and Tricks. And we're going to kind of show you guys, walk you through some cool tips and tricks that have helped us to build our bases and things that we've discovered while playing ARK. And today's episode is cementing paste. We're going to show you a cool way to get cementing paste. It works pretty well. It takes a little bit of time. There's a few requirements. You need a Quetzal, you need a frog, and you need to build some species X. So let me zoom out here. You guys can take a look. This is our Quetzal that we have. This one's a bit elaborate. You don't need quite as many species X. You probably need about 2, I think, would be a good amount. So you need to build a platform and put a couple species X on top. Nothing too hard. You got to wait for them to grow. Takes a little while. And I'm here with my brother Chainsaw. What's up, Chainsaw?
What's up?
So we're gonna do this with 2 people, my brother and I. You can do this yourself, but it's gonna be a little bit simpler with both of us because one of us is gonna be able to take care of the frog duties, and the other one will take care of the Quetzal duties. But so we are gonna load up here, get ready to fly over to a good location. The best locations are gonna be in the swamp area. It's where tons of the Meganeura and stuff pretty much hang out. The Meganeura, however you want to say it, is the best thing. That's what we're going to get the most of, and we should be able to collect quite a bit of these guys. So we will be right back. We're going to head over there, and we'll show you the next step. Let's get going. Okay guys, we are here at the location. The first thing you're going to want to do is kind of clear out a nice little spot. We've got a few things going on here because one of our species X is already turned on, so we got a few things already attacking us because we've been hitting them. But Chainsaw is going to jump down on the frog. He's going to kind of clear out a little bit of space, take out some trees just so it's nice and open. He's actually going to turn down his ground clutter also, because that's going to make it a little bit easier for him to see stuff on the ground. And we'll probably do that here also in just a minute. You can see we're already being attacked by stuff just because of the species X. So he's going to clear this out, and what we're going to do is we are actually going to fly across the swamp, but when we go, we're going to turn off all of the species X. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All of these are off right now except for one anyways, and we're only actually going to use one for this particular time. So we turn all those off, hop back on the Quetzal, and what we're going to do is pretty much just kind of make a beeline straight across the swamp area here and get all the way to the other side. Once we get to the other side, we're going to want to park the Quetzal for a minute or whatever it takes for you to build up your stamina, because when we start doing this, they're going to, when the Meganeura get close, and they attack you, of course they have that poison, so they can kind of take away some of your stamina, so you're going to want to build it up before you get going anyways. Alright guys, we're back here, and we're across. You can see there's the green. Just to the right of the green is where we had Chainsaws clearing out the area for us. And so what we're going to do is we're going to want to turn on one of these species X, and I believe we already have one on, this one here. Yep, and all the rest are asleep because we don't want to kill the Meganeura, and they're pretty weak. And if you got them all on, they're just going to kill them really quick. But we want to have one shooting to where it draws their attention. And we're going to use the one that's closest to the front of the Quetzal, because if you look, there's kind of an overhang here in the back. And once the Meganeura get underneath that, they'll still be attracted to you, but you're not shooting them, so you're not going to be killing them while they're following you. So what we're going to do now is, I think Chainsaw's ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fly pretty low here, just above the trees. We're just going to go nice and slow. And we're going to let the species X kind of do its thing. See if it'll start shooting at some stuff here. And it should catch the attention of the Meganeura, because they fly a little bit higher than everything else that's kind of in the swamp area. So let's see. I'm not really getting much action here. Sometimes you get a bit and sometimes you don't. It just kind of depends on the area. You have to usually take a few swipes or a few trips through and in and out of the swamp. But the best thing to do is stay in a straight line, because if you go out of that straight line and you go too fast, okay, so you can see there we got a couple of them following us. There's like 3 of them or so. So the best thing to do is kind of go out in your K view, let them get close. You know, they're gonna hit you a few times. That's why I said it's good to make sure your stamina's up, and they're gonna kind of follow you in. And you don't want to go too fast because they'll lose interest and you just they'll fall behind. So we got about 3 of them or so here. This is kind of a not so good spot, but we'll try another one here in just a second. So we're gonna go ahead and start slowly coming down. We want them to be kind of attacking us. If we can get them to where they're attacking us and then you start going down, then your species X isn't gonna hurt them. And once you kind of get low enough, we're going to circle right around here, and you can see them, and we're just going to knock them right out of the air. And you got to be careful because you don't want to harvest them with your Quetzal, which your Quetzal will do, so you have to be careful not to harvest them. And Chainsaw is going to be able to go around and just start collecting what all fell from the ground, or fell from the sky. So it's pretty simple. It's not too hard. You do have to worry these Dimorphodons get easily attracted to it also, but they're no match for a Quetzal. Okay, so that trip wasn't all the best, so we're going to take another trip. We're going to go across a different part of the swamp here. Let's kind of go up high, and we're going to swim right, or fly right across. Yeah, we're going to swim. We're gonna fly right across, and then we're gonna take another trip through this and bring it back again, and we'll see if we can get a little bit more here. Like I said, some trips are not too many, and some can be 15-20 of them at a time. And of course you can always run around and just kind of gather them on a frog, and while you're away doing this, if your buddy's back on the frog, he can just be doing his own thing, collecting what's around him. So this is kind of a good team effort here. He's going to be getting some done while we kind of slowly fly over again. Let's see if we can get it to start finding some stuff. And it's always hard. You never know if somebody's been by recently that's already kind of pulled some of them away or not. And we got it shooting something here. Okay, looks like we got 3 or 4 of them there. And they just kind of attract each other, so the longer you take, the better. Like I said, it's best to go out in a K view so you can really see them as they follow you. And there's some more there. Okay, so we've probably got about 10 or so in tow, and you're just gonna want to keep taking your time, slowly moving in as you go. And it kind of hurts to have them keep hitting you like that, but you really got to take your time, because if you don't, they just kind of branch off and go their own way. So this one's looking a lot better than the last one. Like I said, it just kind of depends on which way you go. Each way is just a little bit different. Some have a little bit more and some have less. So we're gonna kind of swoop down here, see if we can get these guys to kind of land. And we got a frog with us and a whole bunch of stuff. So, and one thing we can also do, oops, let's turn this guy, he's killing a little bit of them here. Like I said, you got to be careful. You don't want to harvest them with your bird. And you definitely don't want to kill them over top of the water. If you kill them over top of the water, your frog can't attack underneath the water, so you won't even be able to get him. So you want to make sure you're over land when you do it. So it looks like we got a little bit of kite in there, so we might have picked one up. But I think we did pretty good on that one. Let's see, a lot of times it's good to help them try to find it. So there's one underneath my head here, chainsaw. Sometimes it's a little hard to find it, especially on the frog. It doesn't have the widest view on it. And then there's another one right here underneath my head. And it's looking pretty good. And I think you got a few off of that before earlier, right, Chainsaw?
Yes, we did.
Awesome. So, like I said, sometimes are a little bit better than others, and you just kind of, you know, if you get out of render range, a lot of that stuff will reset and spawn back in. And, you know, just try a few different angles, and try it a couple times. I think we were up here a couple days ago in this same area. We took probably about 5 or 6 different swipes, and we were well over 3,000. So I mean, it's a pretty cool method, and it works pretty well most of the time. I know there's other methods out there, especially like beaver dams that you can start building now. If you can get the beaver dams to build close to your base, and you can harvest them, that works really well. And the frogs are definitely one of the best ways for getting cementing paste. Cementing paste is super valuable. I'm sure most of you guys know it's not easy to make. It takes a while, especially if you're doing stone and chitin. And ever since they added the frogs in, this has definitely been by far the absolute best method, is using the frogs. So let's see if we can do another quick one here. Not really getting much action quite yet. And like I said, your Quetz doesn't have to be nearly as elaborate as this. This has got kind of a lot going on. Something's attacking us. Okay, so we got a few of them here in tow. Like I said, they kind of draw each other in. And you want to be careful. You want to go nice and slow, because if you go too fast, you're just going to lose them. And really, the Dimorphodons, you don't have to worry about too much. Get a little far here. I think chainsaw should be around here somewhere. We're just about back with a few more. Here it comes. So what we'll do is we're going to make a quick little circle and see if we can hit some of these for him. There you go. So there should be several on the ground now, ready for him to just pick up in that area. Sometimes they go flying pretty far, so you have to be careful. Like I said, if you pop on down, let's go ahead and land, and we can usually help him find them if he hasn't already scooped up a bunch of them. And actually, if we go ahead and turn off our...
They're by the water over here.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes they go flying pretty far. So we turn off our ground clutter. That works a little bit. There's not a whole lot around here anyways. Like bushes and stuff. That's why it's always good to choose a nice spot that's not covered with too much stuff, because they can be really hard to see. So this basically only works on the Meganeura. You don't really catch much of the ants, whatever they're called, and other things like that. But the Meganeura, it works great for them. Alright guys, so we've taken about 4 trips here across the swampy area and back, and so let's take a look at our bird. We've already unloaded it from the frog to the bird, so he's been doing a little bit of gathering on his own, plus these trips that we've been doing. So let's alphabetically sort it. Let's see, we got 5, 10, they're not all hundreds, but let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, so about 3,800 maybe 3,500. Not all of these are stacks of 100. So you can see 4 or 5 trips, and plus having the person just gather while you're out and about in between the trips can lead to quite a bit. We do have increased gather rates, of course, but of course this would apply to all the same rates when you guys are doing yours. So there you go, guys. A nice little quick way to get some cementing paste. It takes a little bit of technique, and sometimes you get more than other times, but for the most part it works pretty well. So if you're in need of getting cementing paste and getting a lot of it in a quick amount of time, it works pretty well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tip. Look forward to more of these. We got some other ideas and tips and tricks that we got bringing to you guys, and make sure you guys like and subscribe. Like the video, hit that thumbs up button. We'd greatly appreciate it. It helps us keep going on these things to see that you guys enjoy it and you guys are getting something from it. So alright guys, till next time, peace out.